Hi viewers, welcome to World of CNC. This is slide number 27. This you will see the milling operation with the CNC Cadem software. This is the profile. We have 4 drilling spots and this is for side milling operation, and at the middle we have a slot. This is a slot milling. So first one is spot drilling operation at 4 spots. The second one is peg drilling, and then side milling operation. Finally we go for the slot milling. Total blank is 25 mm thickness. X value is 75, Y value 75, total height is 25 mm. We have the radius for 7.5 mm. This is common for all, and this is the entire program. First we need to start with capital letter O and following 4-digit number. So this is for phonic controller only. The second one is metric input, feed rate, feet per minute, and then incrementally moving the cutter to 0 point, and then changing the cutter. Tool number 1 is called minimum diameter to be selected, center drill, and position at X 17.5 and Y 22.5 is the very first drilling spot. This is a spot, so there only the very first drilling operation will be carried out. The rest 3 points will be after the syntax we are writing, and after positioning the cutter, simply we are giving the tool length compensation with 100 mm height. We are keeping the tool and then giving some speed to the spindle. Bring down the cutter up to Z5. Slowly bring down the cutter up to Z3 level. Then we are writing the syntax for spot drilling operation. This is the syntax G99, G81. 81 is the syntax. Z or F. Z is the maximum depth. Simply we are going to make punch. So minimum 1 mm or 2 mm we can give. This is every time retraction of the cutter, and this is a feed rate, feet per minute. After writing the syntax, we have to mention the X value, Y value for the rest 3 points. So totally 4 points we have already, one fixed. The rest 3 points we are giving after the syntax. Then cancelling the can cycle 81 by using G80 operation, and then we go for the next tool. Second tool we are calling 10 mm cutter we are selecting. Once again position the cutter at the same location. Tool length compensation for second tool, keeping the tool at 100 mm height. Simply we are giving the some speed to the spindle, and then bring down the cutter up to Z3. So one more syntax we are writing, G19 G83. 83 is for peg drilling operation. So this is a syntax Z or QF. Simply we are adding the Q value here. Q is nothing but a pecking. So every time the tool has to peck 0.5 mm incrementally. After the syntax we are writing the rest 3 points, and then as usual cancelling the can cycle 83, and then we go for the next tool. Tool number 3 we are calling. This is for side milling operation or end milling operation. The diameter of the cutter is 16 mm or 14 mm. Anyone we can select. That depends upon the area we are having. And then position the cutter at X minus 15 and Y 37.5. So now the tool is outside of the workpiece. When we are engaging the cutter with the workpiece, this is a very first coordinate point. That time we have to introduce the compensation G41 or 42. That depends upon the rotation we are giving. If the tool is moving in this direction, clockwise direction, the cutter position will be left, so G41 to be given. If it is in the anti-clockwise direction, the cutter position will be right, so G42 will be given. That depends upon the rotation. Now up to 0 level the tool is moving. but it is outside of the workpiece, x15 and minus 15 and y37.5. Simply we are calling the subprogram with M98P020. This is a subprogram number 5000. So 20 times we are repeating the cycle. Say 20 times the tool is rotating by giving 0.5 mm incremental depth of cut, so that we will get a 10 mm total depth side milling operation. And then simply moving the cutter up. Then one more tool we are calling T04. This is for slot milling. So for this portion we have to call one more tool, tool number 4 with diameter 6 end mill cutter, and then once again position the cutter at x37.5 y22.5. so this is the point where we are going to locate the cutter, and then we are moving the cutter to this point for 20 times. So here and there the cutter will be moving. We will get the slot. Finally, simply giving some speed 1200 rpm and bring down the cutter up to 0 level, simply calling the subprogram 20 times. We are repeating the cycle. This is subprogram number. Here 5000 for side milling operation, 6000 for slot milling. And then bring the cutter up, go back to reference point, switching off the spindle, put M30 is program end or rewind. Say first the machine will be reading line by line. First it is completing the spot drilling operation, and then it is completing the peg drilling cycle. Then after searching this 5000, directly it will go into the subprogram. It is completing the side milling operation up to M99. After searching M99, again it will go for the second cycle, fourth tool. So it is completing the cycle up to this G01 Z0 level. Then the machine will be reading M98 P020 6000. After reading the 6000, once again the machine will read this subprogram. So under this, so whatever may be the profile. So here we have slot milling. That profile is completing here. Up to M99 the machine will read. Once M99 is over, again the machine will be going back to this line G00, G90, Z100, and then going back to reference point, switching off the spindle, M30. The program is completed. Like that, the program is to be written. So this is the entire program. We have 4 more operations: spot drilling, peg drilling, side milling, and then this is for slot milling. Finally we will get the product like this. And now we will see the simulation. First we have to open the software CNC Mill under Cadem software. Once the software is opened, go with the create a new part and give it OK. And then we have to open the program. Already we stored here. Just to open the program. So already we have typed in Notepad. Copy and paste here and go with the syntax. So simply we are verifying the program. If there is no error, it will go to the next stage, tool dialog box. So first one is center drill. See, under center drill we have to select from A category any one of the tool. Minimum diameter to be selected, 2 mm or 2.5. Next one is twist drill. Third one is end mill cutter of 14 mm diameter. Fourth one is, this is for slot milling, 6 mm cutter to be selected, and then give it OK. Now all the tools are selected. and go to line command and solid mode. So already blank setup is over. 75 mm, 75 mm x and y value. Minimum corner will be 0. Why? Because we are taking corner reference. Okay, all are in the first quadrant. The total thickness will be, as per the profile, say 25 mm. So we have to edit it to 25. This is 25 and this one is minus 25. Minus 25 and then give it OK. Go to line command and solid mode and then do simulation. So we will get the product like this. The first one is spot drilling operation and the second one is side milling. For a depth of 10 mm it is removing. And finally we go for the slot milling cycle. Now the slot milling is also over. So we got the product like this. So this is the way to write the program and this is the way to do the simulation. Okay, that's all. Thank you all.